If you are in the market about buying a house in Vancouver, Washington, or the surrounding area this summer, then this video is part of the series that you need to watch to stay up to date on what is happening here in Southwest Washington. I'm going to be going over February's Market Action Report. This is a report that details everything going on last month and the numbers supporting what is happening here, so you are up to date and you can have an educated decision on what to do next moving forward. So let's get into this market action report. But before we do that, my name is Jesse Grover. I'm a local real estate agent that serves the greater Vancouver area when people are buying, selling, and relocating to this area. If you have any questions about that, please reach out. All my contact information is down in the description of this video, and I would love to help. And if you get any value in this video, please like and subscribe to this channel. It really helps me out a ton, and I come out with videos like this every single week to keep you informed on what's happening here in Southwest Washington in the greater Vancouver, Washington area. Now let's get into it. So I like to always start this video talking about inventory in months. So our inventory is talked about in months, meaning if we had no new inventory coming out, houses coming out for sale, and all the active buyers bought them, it would take us that many months to run out and get back down to zero. So I have heard anything around 3 or 3.5 months of inventory is considered a seller's market. But as we know, there's a little bit higher interest rates, there's stuff going on, the buyer activity isn't as big as it usually is right now, and so it is kind of teetered more in the middle, even though we're sitting at 2.5 months inventory. But in January, we are at 3.2 months, so we've actually come down when we should actually kind of be picking up, leading into spring and summer, which are always historically the busiest months to buying and selling real estate. But being at 2.5 months inventory, you can see that this compared to last year, we're actually trending. We've kind of hit this around the same number, but we're actually gaining. If you look at it from beginning of the year last year, we're actually still gaining inventory, meaning it might be a little more buyer's market or a little more even right now based on those numbers. So you can see, as opposed to last month, we're actually up 10% of new listings. But pending sales went up 28% and closed sales went up 30% compared to January of last month. So you can see that we're gaining more inventory, but then we're also gaining more buyers activity. And what I think with that, what happens is, with interest rates, with inflation, with a lot of things going on, people are kind of getting used to it a little bit, and we're kind of digging into where we sit. And with rates not coming down as quickly as people originally thought, I think people are entering the market again, that we're sitting on the sidelines waiting for that to happen, and it didn't quite happen. So they know it's not going anywhere, and they're just continuing this activity. But you can see our active residential listings have actually stayed the same these last 2 months, but we're way higher than the last 2 years. So 2022 being this blue line, 2023 being this green line right here, you can see our available listings and our active houses for sale is a lot higher. So we have way more options than we did 2 years ago. So these numbers are always going to be about the same, and you can see the new listings coming out. It reflects almost the exact same trajectory every single year. And we're going through that same trajectory. So you can see we're at months and months coming up. We're going to be picking up listings more and more until we hit June, and then the market is going to start cooling down and less active listings are going to start coming out. And that also mirrors what happens with pending sales, because the more listings come out, then the more sales happen, because those sellers are also buyers, and the buyers are buying those sales. So it's this whole cyclical motion. Closed sales are always going to do the same thing. They're going to follow that same almost bell curve that happens throughout the year. But market time, you can see that we are at the height of market time. So with more activity, more buyers, that means market times go down because there's more activity happening, so houses sell quicker. So we're actually in the slowest time right now, so houses sit the longest right now until they get an offer, historically, year after year, month after month, or season after season. So the average sold price change, meaning what it was listed at and then what it actually sold at. A couple years ago, when activity was really high, rates were really low, people were bidding over and over houses to win them and get them. So you can see in the blue line in 2022 that the average was above zero for a lot of this and this big activity from February to July because people were bidding over it. With right now at zero, you can actually get a house under the list price. And it's fairly common, especially if a house has been listed for 30 days, 45 days, and anywhere above that, you can actually kind of come in, you and your realtor can work together, kind of come up with a game plan and write a compelling offer under list price and get a lot of credits and a lot of things and a lot of value for you as a buyer, which you can do right now in today's market. And then the median sale price has been staying about the same for a little while now. The prices aren't really going up much right now. They do over 5-10 year spans, but comparing this to previous months or comparing this to even 6 months ago, the price changes are just not that drastic of a change over month to month. But it's really fun to see where the more expensive houses are and where the median prices houses are. And these smaller districts down here in the green lines, your Heights neighborhood, Central Vancouver, Five Corners, Orchards, Hazeldale, Cascade Park area are all going to be the cheaper homes. Like there's a lot more smaller homes, a lot more denser neighborhoods in those neighborhoods, as opposed to the battlegrounds, the brush prairies, Camises, and La Center and Ridgefield. Those houses are going to be more on property. There's a lot of times there's bigger houses up in those areas. So those medium home prices are just a little bit higher because there are more custom homes, more newer built neighborhoods even all up in those areas. So you can definitely see where your money's going and what you're able to get. In the real estate world, there is a lot of scare, there's a lot of stuff going on, but people are still buying and selling every single day. And instead of trying to time the market when's best to get in, it's better to have time in the market. Meaning buying now, even though it's not the most ideal because of interest rates and other things, we can still get you into a good home. And over the next 5 to 7 years, maybe 10 years, which that's the average that a normal person or family stays in a house, you will be able to make money, sell that property, and get another one or upgrade that home in that time frame. And that is what's really going to set you apart, is time in the market, not timing the market. But if you have any questions about this, if you are a first-time home buyer, scared to get in, you're trying to debate this, please reach out to me. I would love to talk. I would love to help. I work with a lot of first-time home buyers. It's one of my strongest suits, and I love guiding them through this entire process. But please reach out. I would love to answer any questions you might have and help guide you through this entire process. And until then, I will see you in the next one.